I quit my dream job to care 7 years to my ungrateful mother-in-law until she kicked me out like trash. But one hidden box exposed my husband's double life, and what I did next shocked the whole town. I'm Emily, 38, and I just got kicked to the curb by my own family, or what I thought was my family. 7 years. 7 damn years I spent wiping asses, cooking meals, and popping pills from my mother-in-law, Margaret. And for what? For her to look me in the eye and say I'm nothing to her. I'm still shaking just thinking about it. It started simple enough. I was a nurse. Loved it too. Helping people, making a difference, all that cheesy stuff. Then Margaret got sick. Real sick. COPD, arthritis, you name it. She was a walking pharmacy. Daniel, my husband, begged me to step up. She's my mom, Em. She needs us. He had those big sad eyes, and I couldn't say no. So I quit my job. Traded scrubs for sweatpants. Moved into her creaky old house in this nowhere town in Ohio. Thought I was doing the right thing. Daniel was a mechanic. Worked late a lot. I'd be up with Margaret. 3 a.m. Breathing treatments. Her coughing so hard I'd wince, and he'd roll in, smelling like oil and something else I couldn't place. Busy day, he'd mutter, crashing on the couch. I'd ask how he was holding up, but he'd just shrug. Fine. That was it. Fine. I figured he was stressed. Taking care of his mom was heavy, right? I didn't push. Should've, maybe. 7 years of that. 7 years of me playing nurse, cook, maid, whatever Margaret needed. She wasn't sweet about it either. More salt, Emily, she'd snap. Or you're doing it wrong. But I took it, swallowed it down, kept going. Daniel drifted further, barely talked to me some days, but I told myself it was temporary. We'd get through it. Margaret would get better, or, well, you know. Then we'd have our life back. Then, last month, it all went to hell. Daniel was driving home from the shop, late, as usual. Some idiot ran a red light. Bam! Truck flipped. He was gone before the ambulance got there. 39 years old, and just like that, I'm a widow. I couldn't breathe when they told me. Sat on the kitchen floor staring at nothing, while Margaret wheezed in the next room. What happened? She croaked. I told her. She didn't cry. Just nodded. Oh, that was it. Oh. The funeral was a blur. Small church, cheap flowers, a couple guys from the shop in greasy jeans. I stood there, holding it together, thanking people I didn't even know. Margaret was in her wheelchair, blanket over her knees, staring at the coffin like it owed her money. I thought we'd lean on each other after. That's what families do, right? Wrong. After the service, people milled around, eating stale cookies in the basement. I was grabbing Margaret a cup of coffee, black, no sugar like always, when she grabbed my wrist. Hard. Her bony fingers dug in and I froze. What's wrong? I asked, thinking she was hurting or something. She looked up at me, eyes cold as ice, and said, "You're not my daughter anymore, Emily. You're free now. Go." I blinked. What? My voice cracked. She let go, waved me off like I was a fly. Daniel's gone. You don't belong here. Leave. I stood there, coffee shaking in my hand, hot liquid sloshing over the rim. Margaret, I've been here 7 years. 7 years for you, for us. She didn't flinch. That was for him, not me. Pack your things. Then she turned her wheelchair and rolled away, leaving me standing there like an idiot. 7 years. I gave up my career, my friends, my whole damn life to take care of her, and she just cuts me loose? Like I'm some hired help she's done with? I wanted to scream. Wanted to grab her stupid blanket and rip it to shreds. But I didn't. I just walked upstairs past the whispers. Poor Emily, what's she gonna do now? And started throwing my clothes into a duffel bag. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I kept hearing her voice. You're free now. Free? From what? From her? From the life I built? I didn't say goodbye. Couldn't look at her again. I grabbed my bag, my keys, and walked out. The screen door slammed behind me. Drove straight to my friend Sarah's place 30 minutes away, crying the whole time. She opened the door, took one look at me, and pulled me inside. "What the hell happened?" she asked, pouring me a glass of wine. I told her everything. The 7 years, Daniel's death, Margaret's words. She hugged me tight. "That's bullshit, Em. Total bullshit." I crashed on her couch that night, staring at the ceiling. 7 years down the drain. I kept replaying it. Every late night, every fight with Daniel, every time Margaret barked at me. Was it all for nothing? Did they ever even care? I felt empty, used up, like I'd been carrying them both, and now they'd dropped me flat. Sarah says I should be glad to be out. Maybe she's right, but it doesn't feel like freedom. It feels like I've been stabbed in the back, and I don't even know why yet. So, I'm at Sarah's, still a mess from Margaret kicking me out. It's been a week since the funeral, and I can't stop replaying it. You're free now. What the hell did that even mean? I'm crashing on her couch, sipping coffee, trying to figure out my next move. Sarah's at work, and I'm alone with my thoughts. Bad idea. I decide to go back to the house, Margaret's house technically, to grab the rest of my stuff. Big mistake. I pull up in my beat-up Honda, heart pounding. The place looks the same, peeling paint, sagging porch, but it feels wrong now, like I don't belong. I let myself in with the spare key. Margaret's not there, probably at some doctor's appointment. Good, I don't want to see her smug face. I head to the bedroom, the one I shared with Daniel for 7 years. It smells like him still. Oil and cheap cologne. My chest tightens. I start grabbing clothes, books, whatever's mine. Then I see it, under the bed. A little metal box half hidden by a pile of junk. I freeze. What's this? Daniel was always weird about his personal stuff. Said I didn't need to poke around. I never did. Trusted him, you know. But he's gone now. Screw it. I drag it out. It's locked, but the latch is flimsy. I grab a screwdriver from his toolbox, ironic, right, and pry it open. My hands are shaking. I don't know what I'm expecting, but it's not this, not even close. Inside, there's a stack of letters, photos, receipts. My stomach drops. The first letter's on top, folded neat. I open it. Danny, last night was amazing. Can't wait to see you again. L. Who the hell is L? I flip through more. Miss you at the lake house. You're my everything. My head spinning. Photos next. Daniel, grinning, arm around some blonde. She's pretty, younger than me, all tan and perfect. They're on a dock, a boat behind them. Another one. Her kissing his cheek. My husband. My Daniel. I sit back on the floor, breathing hard. This can't be real. 5 years? Some of these are dated. 5 years he's been with her? While I'm here wiping Margaret's spit off my hands? I dig deeper. Receipts, jewelry, dinners, a hotel in Cleveland, stuff I never saw, never got. My hands ball into fists. I want to rip it all up, but I don't. I need answers. Who is she? How did this happen? Then it hits me. Margaret. She knew. She had to. I grab my phone, hands trembling, and call her. It rings twice. What do you want, Emily? Her voice is sharp, annoyed. I don't waste time. Who's Lisa? Silence. Dead silence. Then she coughs, that raspy hack I've heard 1,000,000 times. What are you talking about? She snaps. I'm not playing. Don't lie to me. I found the box, letters, pictures. 5 years, Margaret. Did you know? She sighs, long and heavy. It wasn't your business. My jaw drops. Not my business? He was my husband. She cuts me off. He was my son. I didn't want the neighbors talking. Lisa made him happy. You were here. I laugh, bitter and loud. Here? You mean killing myself for you? While he's screwing around? She doesn't flinch. Don't be dramatic. It's over now. Let it go. I'm shaking so hard I almost drop the phone. You covered for him. You let me rot here. Click. She hangs up. I stare at the phone. She knew. She freaking knew. All those years, her barking orders, him dodging me, she was in on it. Protecting him. Lisa! I say the name out loud, testing it. It burns my tongue. I grab a photo. Her smiling, him laughing. I want to punch it. 5 years, half our marriage. I'm pacing now, the box spilled out on the floor. My mind's racing. Where was I? Changing Margaret's sheets? Cooking her damn soup? While they're at some lake house living it up? I sink onto the bed, head in my hands. I feel sick. Used. Like a fool. I trusted him. Trusted her. 7 years of my life, and this is what I get? A cheating husband and a mother-in-law who'd rather save face than tell me the truth? I look at the letters again. One's got an address scribbled on it. Lisa's, maybe. Some apartment in town. My pulse picks up. I could find her, ask her, no, demand it. Why? How could she? But Margaret's words keep echoing, let it go, like it's that easy. Like I can just shrug and walk away. No, hell no. I shove the stuff back in the box, grab it, and storm out. The door slams behind me. I'm in the car, gripping the wheel, tears stinging my eyes. I'm not letting this go. Not after what they did. I don't know what's next, but I know one thing. I'm done being the idiot in the dark. Lisa, Margaret, they're gonna answer for this? I'm done sitting quiet. It's been 2 days since I found that box. Daniel's dirty little secrets spilling out like trash. Lisa, Margaret, they've been laughing at me for years, and I'm not taking it anymore. Sarah's been pushing me to do something, anything. You can't let them win, Em, she says over breakfast, shoving toast at me. She's right. I can't. So I dig through the letters again. There's an address. Lisa's. I'm sure of it. Some apartment 10 minutes from here. My hands itch. I need to see her. Need to know. Then I hear about this fundraiser. Some fancy town thing at the community center. Charity auction, free wine, all that crap. Sarah mentions it offhand. Oh yeah, Lisa's big into that scene now, always showing off. My ears perk up. Lisa? There? I don't even think. I grab my jacket, my keys, the box. You coming? Sarah asks, eyes wide. No, I say. This is mine. She nods. Doesn't argue. I'm out the door, heart slamming in my chest. The place is packed when I get there. Cars line the lot, nice ones, not like mine. Inside it's all twinkly lights and fake smiles, people in dresses and suits, sipping drinks, bidding on dumb stuff like spa days. I'm in jeans and a hoodie, the box under my arm, looking like I don't belong. I don't care. I scan the room. Then I see her. Lisa. Blonde, perfect, laughing with some guy in a tie. She's got a glass of wine, a sparkly dress, probably bought with Daniel's money. My blood boils. I march over, shoving past people. They mutter, "Excuse me." But I don't stop. She doesn't see me coming. I'm right behind her when I say it, loud. Lisa. She turns, smile freezing. Her eyes flick to me, then the box. Who? Oh, Emily. Her voice is smooth, fake sweet. The guy next to her steps back, confused. I don't care who's watching. 5 years, I snap, voice shaking. 5 years with my husband, you proud of that? Her face changes, shock, then a smirk, a freaking smirk. What are you talking about, she says, loud enough for people to turn. I'm trembling, but I don't back down. Don't play dumb. I found the letters, the pictures, you and Daniel, lake house, hotels, all of it. I yank a photo from the box, her kissing him, and hold it up. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Her eyes narrow. He was happier with me, she says, cool as ice. You were busy playing nurse. I laugh, sharp and ugly. Happier? While I'm busting my ass for his mom? You're a joke! People are staring now, whispering. I don't care. I'm yelling. 5 years, Lisa. Half my marriage. You think you can just... Then I hear it. That wheeze. Margaret. She rolls up in her wheelchair, blanket on her lap, face twisted. Emily, stop this, she barks, loud enough to cut through the noise. I spin on her. You're defending her? She grabs my arm, nails digging in. You're embarrassing us. Enough! I yank free, almost knocking her back. Embarrassing you? You knew, you covered for them. 7 years I gave you, and you let him cheat. Her eyes go cold. He was my son. I wanted him happy. You're making a scene for nothing. Nothing. I lose it. Nothing? You're both liars. You used me. My voice cracks, tears burning. I grab the box, rip out more letters, throw them all. They scatter across the floor. Lisa steps forward, smirking again. You're pathetic, Emily. He didn't even want you. That's it, I snap. I grab a wine glass off a table, someone's, don't care, and smash it on the ground. Glass flies, people jump back, yelling. Pathetic, I scream. You're a thief, a liar, Margaret shouting now. Get out, you're done here. I'm shaking, chest heaving. The room's a blur, faces, whispers, phones out, recording. I don't care. You're done, I spit at them. Both of you. I turn to leave, but not before I see Lisa's smirk falter. Margaret's red face coughing hard. Good, let them choke on it. I shove through the crowd, tears streaming now. Move! I snap at some guy blocking me. He does. I'm out the door, air hitting my face like a slap. I stumble to my car, collapse against it, sobbing. My hands hurt. Glass cuts, I guess. I don't care. They humiliated me. Again? In front of everyone? I sit there, breathing hard. Sarah's gonna freak when I tell her. The whole town saw it. Emily, the crazy widow, losing her shit. But I'm not sorry. They deserved it. Lisa's smug face, Margaret's cold eyes. 7 years and they think they can walk away clean? No. I wipe my face, start the car. I'm not done, not even close. They're gonna pay for this. I don't know how yet, but I'll figure it out. They don't get to win. I'm not crying anymore. That mess at the fundraiser? Done. I'm over screaming and smashing glasses. Now I'm pissed. Quiet, focused pissed. Lisa and Margaret think they can just strut around after screwing me over? Nah, they're wrong. I'm back at Sarah's, pacing her living room, the box of Daniel's crap on the coffee table. You okay? She asks, handing me a beer. No, I say, but I will be, she grins. That's my girl. I can't let it go. Not after 7 years. Not after Lisa's smirk, Margaret's cold, you're done. I need them to feel this, really feel it. Sarah's got a friend, Jake, ex-cop turned PI. She calls him. He's good at digging, she says. Trust me. Jake shows up the next day. Big guy, scruffy beard, no bullshit. I show him the box. Letters, receipts, photos. This Lisa chick, I say. She's got something, I know it. He nods, flipping through. Give me a week. While Jake works, I stew. I keep seeing Lisa's face, her "he was happier with me" line, and Margaret acting like I'm the problem. 7 years of my life, and they're living it up on Daniel's dime. I dig through the receipts again. Hotels, jewelry, thousands of dollars. Where'd he get that cash? He was a mechanic, not a millionaire. Something's off. I wait for Jake, tapping my foot, plotting. A week later, he calls. Got something, he says. I meet him at a diner. Greasy spoon, bad coffee. He slides a folder across the table. Lisa's been busy, he says. Daniel had a side account, 10 grand stashed. She's been draining it since he died. Fraud, fake signatures, the works. My jaw drops. She stole it? He nods. Yup. And she's dumb about it, left a trail a mile wide. I lean back, heart racing. Can we nail her? He smirks. Oh yeah. I don't hesitate, we take it to the cops. Jake's got connections. Makes it smooth. I hand over the folder, the receipts, everything. The officer, some guy with a buzz cut, looks it over. This is solid, he says. We'll pick her up. I'm shaking, but not from fear, it's adrenaline. Lisa's going down. I imagine her face. Smirk gone, crying in cuffs. Good. She deserves it. 2 days later, it happens. Sarah texts me, gossips flying. Lisa got arrested at the auto shop where she works. Handcuffed in front of everyone, bawling her eyes out. Fraud, Sarah writes. Big scene. I laugh. First real laugh in weeks. I wish I'd seen it. That perfect blonde hair all messed up, her fancy life crumbling. She thought she could take everything. Daniel, his money, my dignity. Not anymore. But I'm not done. Margaret's next. She's the root of it, covering for him, tossing me out. I think about her precious antiques. Jewelry, china, all that crap she'd bragged about. Family heirlooms, she'd say, like I gave a damn. I've still got a key to her place. She hasn't changed the locks. Too cheap, too lazy. I wait till she's at bingo. Tuesday night, clockwork. Then I go in. The house smells like mothballs and regret. I head straight for her bedroom. There's a jewelry box on the dresser. Old, gaudy stuff, rings, necklaces, earrings, worth thousands, easy. I scoop it all into a bag. Then the china cabinet, plates she never used, just showed off. I'm not stealing, I'm reclaiming. 7 years of my sweat in this house, she owes me. I load it into my car, hands steady now, no tears, just purpose. Next day I hit a pawn shop. Guy behind the counter doesn't ask questions. Nice stuff, he says, counting cash. $3,000 for the jewelry, another $500 for the plates. I take it all. Then I drive to the women's shelter downtown, the one I used to volunteer at. I walk in, drop the cash on the desk. Donation, I say. The lady blinks. This is a lot? I shrug. Make it help, she smiles. I don't, I just leave. Margaret calls that night. I knew she would. Emily, she screeches. My jewelry, my china, how dare you? Her voice is shaking, anger, not sickness. I'm calm. You're not my family, remember? You said it, I took what I earned. She sputters. I'll call the police. I laugh. Go ahead, prove it's yours. No receipts, no proof. Good luck. She's coughing now, furious. You're a monster, I cut her off. No, Margaret, you are. I hang up. Silence. Sweet, sweet silence. I sit on Sarah's couch, beer in hand, staring at the wall. Lisa's locked up. Margaret's broke, powerless. 7 years and I finally hit back. It's not joy I feel, not yet. It's control. I took it back. They don't own me anymore. Sarah walks in, sees my face. You did it, huh? She says. I nod. Yeah, they're done. She sits, clinks her bottle against mine. Proud of you, Em. I don't say anything, just drink. It's not over, not inside me. But this is a start. It's over, finally. I'm sitting on Sarah's porch, a beer in my hand, watching the sun dip below the trees. It's been a month since I torched Lisa and Margaret's worlds. A month since I stopped feeling like their punching bag. I'm not jumping for joy or anything, too tired for that, but I'm okay. For the first time in forever, Lisa's done. Word got around fast. Small towns, you know. She got 3 years for fraud. 3 years in a cell, no fancy dresses, no wine. Sarah showed me a clip someone posted online. Lisa in cuffs, head down, crying as they hauled her off. I watched it once. Didn't smile. Didn't cry. Just nodded. She took Daniel, took his money, took 5 years of my life. Now she's got nothing. Good. That's justice, I guess. Margaret's a ghost now. After I sold her stuff, she couldn't keep up. House went into foreclosure, bank took it. Last I heard, she's in some Medicaid nursing home 20 miles out. Cheap place, smells like bleach and despair. No one visits. Not me, not her bingo buddies, nobody. I drove by once, just to see. She was in the window, staring out, blanket on her lap, looked old, frail. I didn't stop. 7 years I gave her, and she threw me out like trash. She's alone now, that's her ending. Me? I'm starting over. Sarah kicked my ass into gear. You're a nurse, Em, get back to it. She was right. I called the women's shelter, the one I dumped the cash on. They needed help. I started last week. Part-time, but it's something. I'm there, handing out meds, listening to stories. Women like me, burned by people they trusted. It's heavy, but it fits. I get it. They get me. Yesterday, one of them hugged me, said, "Thanks for being here." I almost cried. Almost. Nights are quieter now. I moved out of Sarah's, got a little apartment downtown. 1 bedroom, cracked walls, but it's mine. No Margaret barking orders, no Daniel's ghost haunting the halls. Just me. I sit on the porch sometimes, like tonight, beer cold against my fingers. I think about him a lot. Daniel. I loved him, really did. 7 years ago, he was my world. Funny, sweet, rough around the edges. When did he stop? When did Lisa sneak in? I'll never know. Maybe I don't want to. I wrote him a letter once. Never sent it. It's in a drawer, scribbled on some napkin. Daniel, it says, I forgive you. Not for her, not for the lies, for me. I'm letting you go. I meant it. The anger's still there, simmering low, but it's not choking me anymore. Lisa and Margaret? I don't forgive them. Won't. They knew what they were doing. They chose it. I chose to fight back. That's the difference. Sarah comes over sometimes. Last night she plopped down next to me, cracked a beer. You're a badass, you know that? She said. I snorted. Yeah, right. She shook her head. No, for real, you took them down. Most people would have just curled up and cried. I shrugged. I did cry. A lot. She laughed. Sure, but then you got even. That's what counts. I didn't argue. She's not wrong. The shelter's changing me. I see it. I'm not just surviving. I'm helping. One lady, Maria, told me her ex drained her savings, left her with 2 kids. I sat with her, listened. You're stronger than him, I said. She smiled, faint but real. I meant it. She's like me, beat down but not broken. I'm not broken either. Not anymore. Tonight the sky's clear, stars are out, air's cool. I take a sip, let it sit on my tongue. 7 years. That's what I gave them, Daniel, Margaret, that life. It's gone now. Burned up in the crash, the letters, the fight. I could have stayed mad forever some days. I want to. But I'm tired of carrying it. Lisa's in jail, Margaret's alone. I'm free, really free, not her twisted version of it. I think about what's next. Keep working at the shelter, maybe go full-time, save up, fix this place up. Date again? Maybe. Not now, too raw. But someday. Someone who doesn't lie, doesn't hide. Someone real. I deserve that. Took me 7 years and a hell of a mess to see it, but I do. I'm worth more than what they gave me. The beer's empty. I set it down, lean back. Crickets hum in the dark. I close my eyes, breathe deep. It's not perfect. I've got scars, inside, outside. But I'm here, standing, they're not. That's enough. I open my eyes, look at the stars. I made it, I whisper. To Daniel, to myself, to nobody. I made it. And I'm not looking back. If this hit close to home, hit subscribe, drop a comment and let's talk. I'm here, and I listen.